Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Vince.
And it's time once again
to recommend things.
Vince, what do you recommend today?
Today I'm recommending the ghoulish, the ghastly, the awesome Ghostbusters Mattel figures. Now, have I recommended some Mattel figures for Ghostbusters before?
I believe you have.
Yeah. I don't think I've recommended the 6 inches. I might have. I don't think I have.
We'd have to go back to the gallery.
Indeed. Indeed. In fact, I'm kind of behind on that. I'm like several months behind. Yeah. But, so, here's what I have here. And I picked this up in
Importantly,
Omaha.
the organized part of Geekvolution is Vincent Haskins.
Not for a long time anyway. But, so, I'm going to recommend this one specifically because we picked this up at Krypton Comics. That's right, Krypton Comics.
On our trip for the Midwestern panels. And this is, by the way, the second to last of these. Just so that folks know, we're doing a series on things that we bought at the stores that we went to for the documentary. And that was one of the coolest things. In fact, that's the first thing you bought. Yeah,
and I was walking through Krypton Comics going, man, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. They even had an Ecto-1 license plate.
That place would have been hard for me to choose if it had been my turn.
Well, I know what you would have picked, though. Those tick toys they had.
Yeah, which one is the question? Because it would have been probably most of them.
He says, well, here's the amount of money that I've allotted, and here's the amount of money I'm going to give to you for all of those.
Pretty much, yeah. They had Manny and Cow. That's a hard one to get.
They had a lot of stuff. They even had the that vehicle that
isn't actually a vehicle.
Yeah, like Suicide Machine or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's the I forget what it's called, but yeah, that's the machine that the Tig has in the pilot. We're talking about the machine that Tig has in the pilot, or not the pilot, but the episode that kind of sort of pseudo gives his origin, where like he's trying to prove to the panel of superhero judges that he should get a good city to get sent to, and it's supposed to prove that he can withstand getting blown up, and then it just hits him in the head, and then it blows up.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, I'm recommending this guy. One, because the Mattel figures are pretty good. I mean, and these guys are getting harder and harder to find. Now, I'm recommending specifically the ones I have, because I don't want you guys to drive the price up of the ones I don't. So, but yeah, it's hard to find some of those Egon figures, man, because, you know, since Ramus passed, those Egon figures kind of went through the roof.
Geez, of course, yeah.
But, so this thing, the 6 inches all look pretty good, the 12 inches all look pretty good. They're not identical, but they're pretty close. And the thing about it is that the boxes, I think, are all pretty classy. Just the boxes are so pretty. And they have all this amusing stuff written on the back that are specific to the characters, like habits and hobbies for Winston Zeddemore. Appreciates fine art with ugly dudes. Ugly dudes in quotes. Quotes the Bible, and he is a master of pantomime. Fair enough. So there
reminds me of Vince.
Yeah, I've read the Bible, at least part of it, and
I thought you were going to say I went to college and I got a master's in pantomime.
I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
And I do appreciate art with ugly dudes, specifically fine art. That's right. It's the best kind.
All those times you and I have gone to museums together. Here it was because you wanted to
appreciate art with an ugly dude.
Art with an ugly dude. Thanks.
Well, I was thinking more of the subjects as opposed to the company, but
for the record, the closest to a museum trip Vincent I've ever taken was the Midwestern panels.
That's true. We did go through
the Superman Museum. That's true.
Yeah,
that qualifies.
I think recently the only museum I've gone to was the Nelson Atkins with my wife.
I went there with my wife a couple months ago.
Oh, and the Nerman at JCCC.
Yeah, I've been there too, but not in a long time. I mean, I think I was attending that school when I went there.
Also went there with my wife. So
I did not go there with my wife or your wife or anybody's wives.
Surely somebody in the building was the wife of someone.
Wife of someone, yeah.
But you cannot say you went there with them. Anyway, so I don't have a lot to say about these things. In fact, if anybody knows what this contraption is, right there, that weird thing. I don't know what it is. I mean, so this Winston has the slime blower. The Winston with the trap is also pretty expensive, but so the slime blower, it's all pretty accurate. I mean, sure, there might be some discrepancies, and somebody I've seen people put the heads of the figures online that they've adapted to make it look more like the guys from the movies, but it's pretty, and I like it, so I recommend it. Anyway, moving on.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't make figures, or at least I don't think they did for the video game when it came out.
They made one. They made the rookie.
There is a rookie figure?
Yeah, I have that.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that.
Yep, and so they made quite a lot of stuff.
Does he come with a boson dart?
I don't remember what he comes with. I think it's just the figure. And in fact, I've seen that figure. I don't know why they didn't just read the box, because it says the rookie on the box. But I've seen that figure on eBay a few times listed as Ray. So,
but it's not Ray.
Because they it kind of looks like a poorly sculpted Ray, but so does the character in the movie. Or in the video game. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But anyway, and Ray's the one that always walks around with the goggles, and so does the rookie.
The rookie, yeah.
Indeed. So mine is neat, but yours is super cool. What do you have?
Man. So today I am recommending the coolest thing I found on our trip, and I almost didn't buy it. Well, let's be fair. I was not going to walk out of that place without this, but it was more expensive than I wanted to spend on the trip, especially after we were on the last day, and I was done, and then I had to get this. So we went into the Superman Museum. And, of course, I've been to Metropolis several times. I want to say that was my 5th or 6th trip to Metropolis. And, ironically, I didn't have time to get to the Superman celebration this year, so I went there a week before the Superman celebration. Dean Cain was there. I'm really sad I missed it. But, anyway, so I went there, and this was the first time I got to meet Jim Hambrick, who is the guy who owns the museum and who has this amazing collection, the biggest Superman collection there is. He told us that his museum was only about 20% of his collection, and you saw what was in there and how much stuff there was. Yeah, that's amazing.
That place was filled to the rafters, man.
And he doesn't only collect Superman either. He has a really extensive Marilyn Monroe collection. He collects a lot of like Universal horror stuff. And there's a lot of stuff that he's got. So cool. He has a second museum that wasn't open that day. He actually offered to let us see it. Even though it was closed, which was really nice of him, but we had to leave. We didn't have time to see it, so I felt bad for Vince because he really wanted to see it. But I'll take you back. We'll see.
There is a Blues Brothers gazebo in the front lawn.
There's some neat, and there's some super neat stuff in there.
And I'm a big Wolfman fan.
He has an entire shrine devoted to Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's an interesting...
I didn't even know enough Jessica Rabbit merchandise existed that you could make a whole section of it. But anyway, so it's been years since I've been there and gotten to see that. I have shot that, so at the very least I can show you some footage of it. But anyway, so he had in the gift shop, and they have an amazing gift shop. The Mattel, this is also Mattel.
The difference between the gift shop and the museum are price tags.
It's just price tags, yeah. Because the gift shop kind of looks like a museum too. But anyway, he had the, because I bought it, the Mattel General Zod. I want to say this is a 10-inch figure, and oh man, just look at him. I mean, it's gorgeous. I didn't know this existed before we found it, and Vince, freaking Vince,
yeah,
went and grabbed it. We have this on video, and I'm not going to show it to you right now because this might make special features on the movie or even be someplace in the movie. But like, there is footage of Vince coming up to me with this and me refusing to look at it because I knew if I took a good look at it, I'd probably end up having to buy it, and I did. So here's the super cool story about this, and I had already either committed to buy it or maybe I had even already forked the money over by the time he told me about this. It turns out that I just happened to get lucky and that this ended up being a really neat thing to buy specifically in Metropolis because Jim Hambert had like a lot to do with why this looks the way it does. Basically, the deal is, before the Blu-rays came out, General Zod only looked like he was wearing black. He looked like he was wearing a really generic, like, karate gi. And this red trim that you see, and you might be looking at this and going, when did Zod have red trim in that film, but you didn't know it, because the way it was shot, on the film it was shot, it didn't pick up. It didn't glisten right, and it comes out black. So there's another little Zod figure. Actually, can you grab it real quick? Because this is something Vince gave me for my birthday, and I might do a separate recommends on this one, but thanks, Vince. Oh, is that what I got?
Purple birthday.
This was another a smaller figure that Mattel put out for General Zod. You notice with this one, they didn't do the red trim. This is more what he looks like whenever you know, I saw him growing up in the movie. Well, the Blu-rays, when they've remastered it, apparently, and I've not seen it yet. This is alleged. I've been told this. The red trim actually apparently comes out when you see the new HD quality video of it, the new transfer. But before that, and this was apparently manufactured before those came out, before that, you wouldn't know about the red trim unless you owned the costume. Yeah, and Jim Hamburg, of course, owned the costume. I actually got to see it the first time I went through the museum, and the costume wasn't in the museum this time when you saw it, but you got to see everybody's boots.
Yeah.
All three of the Kryptonians, you got to see their boots, but I've actually seen the costume up close, and I even remember going, wait, it had red trim? Well, apparently what they did was, for some reason, Mattel thought to call up Jim Hamburg and ask for photo reference to make sure that they got this costume right. And he's the reason that we got the red trim on this figure, and I just thought that was really super cool. Anyway, this is now one of the neatest things I own. I really, really, really like it. It has a really cool kind of diorama thing around it, where, you know, he's standing in the White House, and like underneath here, I don't know if you can see it, but like the floor is cracked, and it's really neat looking. And I take most things out of the box these days, but this just looks so pretty in package. I don't know that I'm ever going to. And then on the side, it's got this column that pulls out. I mean, just the attention to detail on this. They really kind of went above and beyond on this.
Mattel's 12 inches are pretty good.
And then you open this up, and the accessories are wicked cool. It's even got the gun that cop had that General Zod, I think it's General Zod, zaps it, and then it turned, and then you know, it's got the red tip, and then he drops it. Yeah, that's in there. It's really cool. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, this has got to be one of the coolest figures I own now. Crack side forward, Vince.
Indeed. You know, this is the 5th 12-inch Matty figure that's been recommended on this show.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
I guess we really like them.
Because
but it's the only one I have now.
Because the first 4 were the 4 Ghostbusters.
So you, okay, so those were all in one show.
So it's a coincidence. Everything that's been shown to you today
was all by Mattel.
Is from Mattel.
Yeah.
I wonder if this one even says Matty Collector on it.
Free plug for... Yeah. Does it? It does. Yeah. Free plug for Mattel.
Matty Collector...
Well, they're good.
Matty Collector and, well...
That wouldn't.
Yeah. And Matty Collector.
Oh, really? On the bottom, okay. Yeah, wow, jeez. All right.
Yep, deal with it!
Well, anyway, but yeah, that's what I recommend today, and like I said, that made my whole trip, that I found that. Super cool.
General Zod darkness around its eyes, too.
General Zod's just my favorite thing. Anyway, everybody, thanks as always for watching. We sure appreciate it, and we're going to do one more of these on stuff we bought on the trip next week, and then we'll get back to some other random fun recommends after that. Thanks for watching. Sure appreciate it. I'm Captain Logan, and we will see you again next time.